I've got to give a big thanks to awesome level 2 Patreon member Ryan Swales, who also does have a YouTube channel. By clicking the link down below in the description box, you can click and subscribe to his channel. Go show him some love. He has requested me to review the 1989 movie directed by Rowdy Herrington, as this was a first time watch, and that movie is Roadhouse. If you want to request a movie for me to watch, join Patreon today by clicking the link down below, as I do have a couple of packages. But besides all of that, what did I think of this movie Roadhouse? Well, stick around and let's talk about it. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for taking your own time out to check out this movie review right here of the 1989 movie Roadhouse, starring Patrick Swayze, Sam Elliott, Ben Gazzara, Kelly Lynch and Marshall T, with the music done by the Jeff Healey Band. And essentially the plot of this movie focuses on a legendary bouncer called Dalton, who's hired to kind of revamp and restore this kind of old bar called the Double Deuce. However, he does run aloof with a nefarious crime boss, Brad Wesley. And going into this movie, I knew absolutely nothing about it. I didn't even know the plot synopsis. I've seen the poster many times, and I am a fan of Patrick Swayze, by the way, so also a big rest in peace to Patrick Swayze, by the way. Great actor, taken way too soon, and he has really left a mark in cinema history, in my personal opinion. But in going into Roadhouse, I saw the poster, I was very excited for this. I just don't know why it's taken me so long to get to this movie. But either way, thank you to Ryan for recommending this. And what I can ultimately say about Roadhouse is I had a blast. I really enjoyed it. I found that the performances all around, yeah, they were good performances. I can't really say they were absolutely terrific or anything like that, because everyone in this movie knows exactly what part they're playing for this movie. They know that it's kind of like a goofy concept, so to say, and they know that it is kind of like a serious movie, but then it's also kind of hammy and kind of like a campy-ish movie, with nothing wrong with that whatsoever. This movie is certainly of its time in the 1989, and it fits very well into that timepiece, and it really does a great start of being a stamp in a staple, in a way, of the 80s decade. And I'm really glad that I got to check this one out for the first time ever. The music also accompanying here of the Jeff Healey Band is really good. I like every single song that they play in the Double Deuce, and this is definitely a soundtrack that you could listen to over and over, and maybe add some of those tunes onto, say, Spotify or a CD player, something like that. Patrick Swayze is great as Dalton. Now, of course, he has this reputation of something that's happened in his past that he's done, where people are intimidated of this guy, and he's got a reputation for himself, and when he walks into a place, people recognize him and they're like, oh wow, is that him? Wow, whoa, okay. So yeah, I really love that they built up that reputation to try to give his character some development, give him a reason as to why he's doing what he's doing, which he is a very likable guy and you can really root for his character. However, I do have to say, he isn't my favourite character in this movie. That award goes to Sam Elliott, who plays Wade Garrett. Sam Elliott is fantastic in this movie. He got the memo. He knew what he was doing when he read that script, and oh boy, he certainly delivers. Am I the only person who wants to see a spin-off with Wade Garrett's character? Really? Just me? No, he was utterly fantastic in this movie. He plays another kind of legendary bouncer, so to say, and he has this friendship with Dalton that we learn throughout the movie, but he also gives a great performance. But if I'm highlighting other great performances, I've got to really add in here Ben Gazzara as Brad Wesley. Man, this guy, the villain, you just want to punch this guy. I really felt like I really wanted to, but that means that he did a good job. If he can get under your skin, then you know that is a good villain at your story. He is a nefarious crime boss. He runs this town, and he makes every single character in this movie know that is the case. And he has all these different kind of shops, and he's collecting money from each individual shops. He's rich and he wants to get richer. Simple premise, simple kind of motive for this character. Nothing deep, nothing where this movie has like several layers and messaging to it. This is just an all-out fun time. We've also got Kenny Lynch, who plays the love interest of Dr. Elizabeth Clay, and she did an okay job for what she was given, but we'll get more into that. And then the last positive I want to say is that I really enjoyed the fight scenes in this, and there's plenty of fight scenes, there's plenty of blood used in here, and there's plenty of just really cool stunt work used here, and I really admire that, especially the fact that Patrick Swayze suffered multiple injuries when shooting this movie, and you can just tell that he had a lot of hard work and dedication. His physique in this movie is incredible. You can tell that he put in the hard work to really pay off, and especially when he has the fight scenes with Jimmy, who also, shout out to Marshall Teague, who you can tell was also in equally good shape. And I heard at first they didn't quite get along, but as they started going and doing like the stunt works and stuff together, they started to build up a friendship, and you can tell that those two had a really kind of great chemistry amongst themselves. Now, I've got to go into some negatives. As much as I say that this movie is a blast, there's a couple of things I wasn't huge on with Roadhouse. The first one is, I'm going to be honest, Kelly Lynch. Now, yes, she does play Dr. Elizabeth Clay. She serves as the love interest to Dalton, and as I say, she was okay. I felt like she kind of served the purpose that she had to. She wasn't really like a memorable character. Definitely easy on the eyes, which, yeah, that's certainly, pleasant enough. But there wasn't really a lot to her character, and I didn't feel as if she was the best actress, I'm going to be honest. At least not in this movie. Not to say that she's done projects in the meantime and she hasn't been. Heck, I enjoyed her performance more in Bright Lights Big City, which she was actually in a year before this movie. And if you haven't seen Roadhouse, I could definitely give this movie a recommendation. I really enjoyed it. With that in mind, my overall score is a 4 out of 5 stars. So have you seen Roadhouse, or was it just me in this world who just hadn't seen this movie? If you have, let me know down below in the comment section. If you haven't, also let me know, and let me know if you intend to kind of watch this movie. I hope that you've enjoyed this review. Give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel by clicking the link down below, so I can see you again in another video. And until the next time that I see you in that video, I'll be seeing you later.